Hello traders, FXPIPCOLLECTOR here. Today is Monday, June 10th. So welcome to today's live stream. Thanks for coming. I do appreciate the support as always. Make sure you like and subscribe. It makes a big difference to help push my channel out to new members. So today is Monday. Monday is sometimes a little bit of a slower day, I'm sure, as everybody does know. And so we are going to start off as usual by looking at the US dollar index and the DXY, and then we're going to take the information after doing a full top down monthly all the way down to the 1 hour on the dollar index DXY. We're going to take that information and we're going to apply it to all the other US dollar pairs, including gold and maybe even silver. So let's check that out here. Just give me 1 second to get everything situated. So I just want to start this poll. I always forget to ask the poll. So there we go. So now let's do our full top down analysis on the DXY and start looking at all the dollar pairs, and then we're going to look at, as usual, probably some commodities, maybe Bitcoin, all the yen pairs, and probably the stock market. So let's get going. Let's see that we definitely have a nice looking uptrend right here. Very clear uptrend. Looks like a wave A. This is very clearly a correction, I think, to that uptrend, like a wave B. And I think we have a complete uptrend for the wave C. We definitely respected the 78% Fibonacci. We definitely made a nice impulsive move down. We do have a break of structure. Definitely has not closed below structure, which is a little concerning, but I still think that we are in a new downtrend, because I do believe that this is the end of a correction back here, the end of an ABC. If it's the end of an ABC, that means that we are most likely in a brand new downtrend on the monthly time frame. So let's head down to the weekly time frame. So it's back to the dollar index. On the dollar index, I do see that this move down right here most likely is all part of a wave 1. I think this is very clearly an ABC correction. Definitely made a lower low for the wave C, but that does happen quite often. They both, those waves, the wave A and the wave C, both respected the 38% level. Nice impulsive move down. I think that the correction is already over, and I think this is just going to keep on trending down, all part of that wave 3. Now I have it marked as possibly an AB, and this could be a wave C, and if it is a wave C, then it will tell us it's a wave C by breaking structure to the upside, and then at that point probably will end up continuing the uptrend. So let's take it down to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, I still believe that this is all part of a big A, B, and C correction. I still believe this move down right here is a trend, most likely a wave 1. This move up right here is very trendy like also, but I think there is an A, B, C correction right there. We do see 3 waves. I think the correction is already over, most likely at non-farm payroll on Friday. Last Friday is when this ended the correction. I think this over here is a 1. I think this is a big ABC of 2, and I think this is a 1 and 2 of 3, and now we're probably going to go down for a wave 3 of wave 3. And if that's the case, a wave 3 of 3 is usually the biggest, strongest wave of a trend. So that should be a pretty good opportunities to the short side over the next coming weeks, I would say. So going down to the 4-hour time frame, definitely a little bit of a tricky pattern if you're looking at this one. I actually think the DXY is actually clearer for once. I think this is very clearly on the DXY at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, impulsive down, and then a smaller ABC, and then bam, down in a brand new downtrend. So same thing on the dollar index, just a little bit of a different shape because the DXY is so heavily weighted to the euro dollar, but we still got the uptrend for the A, we still got the 3 waves to the B, and an uptrend for the C. Nice big impulsive move to the downside. This move up right here most likely is a correction. We are bouncing out to 38%, so we possibly could have the end of a correction coming. It is Monday, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's like a false entry, but let's look at it on the 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame, it looks more like a trend to me. That's the problem I see with this pattern, but it definitely could be an ABC in here. That right there actually could be the ABC right there. I do definitely see 3 waves up, I do see a Fibonacci bounce. I do see an impulsive move down. I think there's a good chance we're in a big wave 3 of wave 3 on the much longer time frames, and if we're in a wave 3 of 3, that means that this is most likely going to end up continuing the downtrend. Like I was explaining in my videos this morning on the dollar pairs, according to Elliott wave pattern, it kind of looks like this should be an A, it kind of looks like this should be a B, and it looks like it should actually go up again for a C, so we definitely want to be aware of that. Now, sometimes what we think is going to be a wave B will actually end up continuing the downtrend, like I was explaining in most of my videos this morning, and really, there's not much we can do about it besides enter at the end of this move up, and if it turns out to be a Kretzen, like it goes down and makes 3 waves down and then makes an impulsive move up, we can probably exit our trades with either a break even, maybe even go long to trade the wave C, and then later on when it ends the wave C is when we can go short again for the continuation of the downtrend. Hello, Robin, Odin, Azur, and Alfonso. How's it going today? Thanks for coming. I do appreciate the support as always. So if we think that the US dollar is in a correction to the downtrend, and it potentially could have already ended a correction, then we want to take that information and we want to apply it to all these US dollar pairs, including gold, and we want to see if we can figure out what all the other US dollar pairs are going to do. So let's go to the euro dollar on the daily. Let's zoom in a little bit here. So I think it's very clear that the euro dollar is in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I also think that this is very clearly a correction to that move up. I think we already have the end of a correction, and I think this is now going to go back up. I think it's a 1, like an A, B, C, D, E of 2, and now we're going up for a wave 3. So let's take a look at that on the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame is where you can now see this correction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down. It's like an A, B, C, D, E, it looks like. This move up is very impulsive. Now, I don't really think that this is over. I do definitely think it's going to go up again. The problem I'm having is that today is Monday. There's always false entries on Monday, so I really wouldn't be surprised if it goes down further before it goes up, maybe to one of these lower Fibonacci levels, but I definitely think this move down is a correction to the move up, and I am for sure looking for longs for the continuation of the uptrend. So let's take it right down to the 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, it does look like a complete trend, a complete correction. It looks like this is like a downtrend for the A. This is a pretty sharp move up right there, but I do see that it made 3 waves for what could be a B. I think we could already have an ABC correction. Not really much for news today, so I'm not really sure what's making the market move, but it does look like there is the end of a correction. And if it is the end of a correction, then it will end up continuing the uptrend. Now, like I said, Mondays are definitely known for false entries. Sometimes you have something that looks like a perfect ABC, and then you see an impulsive engulfing move to the upside, and then it just dies out and goes back down. So I wouldn't be surprised if it does end up making a bigger correction, but right now it definitely looks like an ABC, and if this impulsive move up closes near its highs at the end of this 1-hour candle, then I think there's a good chance that it is the end of a correction and most likely the continuation of the uptrend. So let's go look at the pound dollar. For some reason, the pound dollar is actually going down pretty strong today. Now, we do have that pound news a little bit later today in about an hour and a half. Bailey speaks. So that is a speech, so most likely, those speeches last at least a half an hour, 45 minutes, and then there's usually a Q&A at the end. So I wouldn't expect to really know about if that speech is going to cause a move in the market until probably about 5 o'clock at least London time. So anyways, looking at the pound dollar just with the technical analysis, figuring about the news, I see definitely what looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I see what looks like an ABC down, and I think there's a very good likelihood we've already ended a correction, and this is actually now in an uptrend. Just like the euro dollar, I think it's most likely a 1, a 2, and we're going up for a wave 3. So let's keep that in mind. Let's head down to the daily time frame. Daily time frame, I think this is the end of a trend right here, most likely a wave 1. Downtrend wave A, 3 waves up wave B, downtrend wave C, impulsive up, breaking structure, helps prove that this is the end of a correction. It is a very overlapping and corrective, but I think that's because this is actually a trend that is best tuned to the longer time frames. I still think this move down is a correction, and I still think it is most likely going to keep on trending up. And with that pound news that we have today, it may be around that pound news, around that speech is when it actually ends a correction. Just like the euro dollar, I could make this out to be 3 waves down, 1, 2, 3 waves down to the 50% Fibonacci. So with that speech coming out, I'd be a little cautious on this, but if this does make an impulsive engulfing move to the upside at the close of this 1 hour candle, I think there's a pretty good chance that that would be the end of a correction and maybe even the continuation of the uptrend. So definitely looking for longs on this one for sure. We do have pound news coming out today, so we definitely want to be cautious around the news to see what happens with that. The Aussie dollar, now the Aussie has been very, very weak for actually quite some time now, but to me, the pattern still seems very clear that this is a downtrend for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. This is an A, B, C of B. This is a downtrend for the C. Nice big impulsive move to the upside, break of structure. Looks to me like we have the end of a big ABC correction on the daily. If that's the case, that means this is a 1, this move down is a 2, and this is actually just going to keep on eventually trending up for a wave 3. So even though the Aussie's been very weak to the downside, I still think there's a good chance it is going to go up. Going down to the 4 hour time frame, you kind of got to, look at correlated pairs to figure this out, because you would never know this just looking at this one pair. But I definitely see a downtrend. Looks like an A. I see a break of structure to the upside, but that's probably a B. And then I see a downtrend, which I think is a C. So I think we already had the ABC. I think the Aussie is just a little weak. I think this move up is probably a 1, just like the other pairs. This is probably still a 2, and I think this is still going to make a higher low, and it's going to end up continuing the uptrend for a wave 3. Probably not quite that strong. I mean, in reality, trends look more like this. Trends don't really ever look just like that, one big impulsive move to the upside, at least on the higher time frames. Maybe on the 1 minute something would look like that around news. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, it is definitely turning at these fib levels. This is a very, very impulsive move down though, so I definitely don't think that I would choose this one to go long on just because of how impulsive down it is. But if the dollar does turn down, then this is probably going to turn up, and it probably is going to continue the uptrend also. So I'm definitely looking for longs. What I would prefer to see is something like this, like this is an A, like a correction up for the B, and then one more push down for the C. Then if I saw an impulsive move to the upside, I would definitely take that as a long opportunity, even though this right here may end up being a long opportunity also. Hey Yana, how's it going today? So let's keep moving on. Let's go look at the Kiwi dollar. The 180s. Oh yeah, like this is the ABC, Yana, and this is at the 138. Yeah, with that news coming out, that may be a good opportunity for us, definitely. The Kiwi dollar is very, very similar to the Aussie dollar. The Kiwi dollar is actually the Kiwi is quite a bit stronger than the Aussie. I still think this is a downtrend for the A. I think this is an A, B, C, or B. I think this is a downtrend for the C. I think this right here is an uptrend, probably a 1. I think we already have the end of a correction for the 2. And I think this is just going to keep on trending up, and most likely all part of a wave 3. So let's take it down to the 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame. This move up is pretty nice, pretty strong, pretty nice looking trend. It already made 3 waves down right there. I think that right there is the end of a smaller correction. And then I think on the even smaller time frames, we're going to try to end another correction, and probably a correction to just this last wave up right here. Probably a correction to just this, like an A, B, C down, and then probably a pulse up to the upside. So let's take it right down to the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, I think we may already have a complete correction. This right here, I think this spike right here was actually a wave 5, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is an ABC. I think that we already have the end of an ABC. ABC. 61% Fibonacci level. I think there's a very good likelihood this is just going to keep on trending up from here. So I would definitely be looking for longs on shorter time frames. So let's take it down. Look at that. That's moving pretty nicely. I'm still in some trades from last week from the non-farm payroll news that I held over the weekend. So hopefully the dollar does keep on going. So anyways, let's go look at the US dollar Canadian. Let's look at that. Man, we're going to look at the 1 hour in a minute, but that's looking pretty nice. So on the daily time frame, I think it's very clear also that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave 1. A, B, C up, wave 2. I think this is a downtrend also, probably like a 1 of 3. I definitely see 3 waves up right here, probably a 2 of 3. And I think there's a very good likelihood this is also going to continue down for a wave 3 of 3. You'll notice that we went right up to the 50% Fibonacci retracement. Nice impulsive move to the downside. Everything is looking pretty good for us to be in a short right now. I think this would have been a great choice at the non-farm payroll news that we had last week. Look at this nice uptrend. This is a very, very nice looking crescent. Wave A, B, C down, wave B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, wave C. Almost perfect touch on the 50% Fibonacci retracement. Nice big impulsive move down, corrective sideways. I bet this is going to lead to more impulsive movements to the downside. If this right here really is the end of a crescent, then this is probably like a 1 of 3, a 2 of 3, and a 3 of wave 3. What's a wave 3 of 3 would definitely take out the previous low, and probably go way further than that. So let's take it down to the 1 hour time frame. Let's look at this. We don't want to see this big Fibonacci on this short time frame, because what we want to see is we want to see the retracement of just this wave down right here. So let's make it so we only see this one on the 1 hour. So wow, is that the end of a crescent or not? It kind of looks like it could be. Like I said, I have a hard time trusting patterns on a Monday because I've seen so many false entries on Mondays, but it definitely looks like impulsive down. It definitely looks like 3 waves up. Really, I think I would consider this turning right in the middle of 2 Fibonacci's. I don't really think it's respecting the Fibonacci's, either of them. But if that's 3 waves up, impulsive down, if this 1 hour candle closes down like this, I think there's a good chance that's the end of a crescent, and I would definitely be looking for shorts, especially on shorter time frames, for the continuation of the downtrend. So let's take it down to the US dollar Swiss, which is the one I entered last week, which I'm still in. The US dollar Swiss is looking really nice, I think. Let me just look at this. So yeah, the US dollar Swiss, I think it's very clear that we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. I think this is an A, B, C up. I think there's even a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down right there, and then a smaller A, B, C inside there, and then I think we're going down for that wave 3. Just like the other ones, I think the other dollar pairs, I think this is in a wave 3 also. Going down to the 4 hour time frame, now you can see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down. We have a big ABC here, and then impulsive down, and then we have a small ABC right there with another impulsive down. This move up is definitely looking like a crescent to the last wave down. I think there's a very good likelihood this will just keep on trending down from here. So that's definitely looking pretty good also. Let's head down to the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, this is the non-farm payroll news that we had last week that caused this big impulsive move to the downside. Then we have 1 up, wave A. We have corrective down, wave B. We have another up for the wave C. We have it going right to the 38% Fibonacci level. Nice impulsive move to the downside. That looks like the end of a crescent right there. I'm already in this trade twice already, and it looks like it could be a good opportunity to get in for a third time. So looking pretty good. Awesome. So that definitely looks like a sword, and I would definitely continue to, wow, look at the US dollar yen. We're going to go look at the yen pairs in a second here, but are the yen pairs moving also down? Oh yeah, they are. Wow, yeah, the yen's definitely making a big move, which we've been kind of wondering about that with the uptrend that we've been having on the yen pairs. It's not surprising that they're making a big move to the downside. So going out to the daily time frame, I'm starting to think this is the end of a correction. I mean, look at how strong down that is. That definitely looks like the end of a correction. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. It looks like an A, B, C of B. And it probably is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave C. It went right to the 138% Fibonacci extension of wave A, projected off what I believe is an A, B, C of B. Nice big impulsive move to the downside. I would for sure be looking for shorts on shorter time frames, because if that really is the end of a correction, then this is most likely just going to make lower lows, lower highs, go all the way down and take out this low, and probably go a lot further than that. This first trend down is probably a 1. This is a big ABC of 2, and it's probably going down now for a wave 3. So that's a big move, definitely. Partially because of a weak dollar and a strong yen. The yen has definitely found some strength finally. Maybe the Bank of Japan finally stepped in because they're sick of their currency losing value. I don't know, but it definitely found some strength. Looks like a big 1, 2, 3. I don't even see no reason to think it's over. It's making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. No reason to think it's over. Until we see a break of structure on this move down, like this, then this is all either, probably at this point it's a wave 1, could be a wave A, but probably is a wave 1. At some point it probably will go up and make a B or a 2, probably a 2, and then they keep on trending down for a wave 3. So things are really moving today for a Monday. The New York session is really kicking in. That's good, real good. Like I said, I've been holding on to trades over the weekend, and they're all really well in profit, that's for sure. US dollar yen, as you can see, even since way back here, it's lower high, 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 lower high. That's the definition of a trend, a series of lower lows and lower highs. So until we get some sort of a structure break to the upside like that, then I would definitely be doing nothing but looking for shorts in a downtrend. I'd be looking to go short at the end of pullbacks. If I see this go up, I see another lower high after an impulsive move to the downside, I would definitely continue to look for shorts in a downtrend for sure. It's looking very strong to the downside. Still no reason to think that this trend is over. That's awesome. Hopefully some of you guys are in some of those yen pairs. What's LDR? Today is LDR day. What's LDR day? Is that something I'm missing on here? Yeah, you have to explain to me what LDR day is. I don't know what LDR is. Maybe I'm missing something. LDR, economy watch sentiment. We had a little bit of yen news this morning. Yeah, I don't know what LDR is. You have to explain to me. I've never heard that. Maybe I've just never heard the abbreviation for it. Yeah, definitely. Thanks, buddy. So anyways, let's go look at the yen pairs while we're waiting. Let's go check out the yen pairs, man. The yen pairs are moving, but really the yen pairs still kind of look to me like a wave 4. I still don't think the yen pairs are done with their uptrend on the monthly, but they're pretty obvious that they're going down pretty strong. They definitely still could end up being like an A, B, C of 4 and then go back up. And even if they are in a big correction, it's probably still only a correction to this move up, down. So maybe worst case scenario, it does something like that and then continues the uptrend. Either way, though, we are definitely going down, and it's a strong move to the downside for sure. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. Wow, that's a big move down. Kind of like the US dollar. Lower high, your lower high. The US dollar yen, that is. It does kind of resemble like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wave downtrend. Until we get some sort of a break of structure to the upside, this is still one trend, and it could easily just keep on going. I think there's still a chance that the yen pairs, besides the dollar yen, I think there's a good chance the rest of these yen pairs are in like a wave A, with a bigger correction. Luminous daily roadmap, huh? Yeah, I might have to save that and look it up. Maybe I'll Google it or something. Let me copy that and put it on here so I can Google it later on. I don't really think I've ever heard that term. I'll check that out later on, see what people say. Thanks. Oh, we're supposed to be on the 4 hour, not the 5 hour. So anyways, let's go down to the 1 hour time frame because wow, look at these things go. These are some nice trades. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 waves up. This one, wow. A little bit of a double bottom right here. If it does respect that bottom, maybe it will end the wave A and start making a move up for like a way A, B, C, or B. I definitely do expect to see an A, B, C, or B, but there's no proof that it's actually starting yet. So as of now, the trend is definitely still down. I would definitely still be looking for sorts in a downtrend for sure. So I see that some people have not joined my free Discord channel, so definitely check that out if you have not done so already. It's 100% free to join, and there's no reason to pay a dime if you do not want to. Yeah, exactly. I'm a swing trader too, so I don't really pay attention to the news that much. I mean, obviously things like non-farm payroll and CPI news that we got later on this week, I definitely pay attention to them, but as a swing trader, you don't really have to pay too much attention to the fundamentals. You just go with the flow and just do whatever the market tells you to do. The pound yen is going down pretty strong. This looks also like a 1, 2, 3. It kind of looks like it's going down for an A, B, C of 4 and then back up for a 5. Wave 4 definitely could be around the same size as this wave 2, so definitely probably going to end up being a big move to the downside. The 4 hour time frame, yeah, I would say that we're going down I would think to at least a 38%. Maybe the 23 is where it goes, but one of those two levels I would say at least. This is way too strong down to be over. It's going to have to make a 3, 4, 5 shape and then go up and end up looking something like that just to finish this setting up trend. A, B, C of 4. And really, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes down to at least a 38%. So anyways, definitely some pretty good moves. Hey Robin, today was adjusted currency. Yeah, I saw that. It must have been pretty positive for the yen because the yen is moving. Look at that. That was a nice clear entry. 1, 2, 3 waves up, impulsive down entry right there. No exit yet. Stop loss here. That's about a 3 to 1 risk to reward trade already, if not more. I still don't even see an exit, and I would definitely still be looking for shorts because after a big wave like that, even if it does make a move to the upside, I would almost guarantee that it's going to be a crutch into the downtrend. So I would definitely be looking for shorts for sure. The Aussie, same deal. Definitely looking for shorts. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 waves up, impulsive down, entry to go short. Awesome trades. Look at this one. 1, 2, 3 waves up. 1, 2, 3 waves up. 1, 2, 3 waves up. I'm definitely still looking for shorts in a downtrend for sure. Kiwi yen, same story. That's one reason why I like the yen pairs is because they're always so correlated. They're always so correlated that really all you have to do is search for clarity, and whichever one is the clearest is the one I enter. 1, 2, 3 waves up, go down. 1, 2, 3 waves up, down it goes. 1, 2, 3 waves up, down it goes. This isn't really 3 waves. That's more like a overlapping correction like an ABCDE or something. But that was also a pretty nice entry. Definitely still looking for shorts. If I see 3 waves up, if I see impulsive down, I would definitely go short again for the continuation of the downtrend. Canadian yen is another one that is very, very strong to the downside. Most likely it is a wave 4. And we probably are getting closer to the end of the wave A, especially since we're at a fib level and we're near this rally-based rally zone. Eventually, we probably will make a move up, which should be a wave B, and then probably down again to at least a 38% for a wave C, before it ends up going back up to make that wave 5. Probably going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think it's going to go up and break these highs before it actually ends the trend. So going down to the 4 hour time frame, most likely we're still in a wave A. This one looks more convincing that the wave A is close to being over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. Probably eventually it's going to go up and make a crutch into that move down for a B, maybe tonight or something, and then back down for a wave C. 38% fib, bounced with an impulsive move up. Break of structure is exactly what I would be looking for the continuation of the uptrend for sure. So, like I said, if anybody is interested in joining my Discord channel, it's 100% free. Link is in the chat and in the description. So, yeah, let's keep moving on. Let's look at the Swiss yen before we move on. The Swiss has been very strong, so I don't think I would be looking for longs on this. I don't think I would ignore any shorts. I would probably just have to wait for the end of the next correction to go long, because the Swiss has been so strong. I don't think I'd be wanting to try to trade against the Swiss. Definitely not. So going down to the 4-hour time frame, you can see that we're in a downtrend. The downtrend's not over. It may end up looking something like that. Probably eventually go up and make a B and then back down for a C. I would think it would at least go down to the 50 to 38% before it ended up continuing the uptrend. Probably going to end up looking something like this, 3, 4, and 5. So, 1 hour time frame, we're definitely looking for shorts in a downtrend. 1 hour time frame, 1, 2, 3 waves up, go short. Look at that. That was some nice entries on the yen pairs today, big time. Hopefully some of you all are in some yen trades. I didn't get in any of these yen trades because I was too focused on the dollar turn. But those are some really nice trades. I can't complain. I mean, I'm in some really profitable trades right now, but we had some really good opportunities today on the yen pairs. Pretty much every single one of them made an end of a correction. What time was that? Was that pre-London? Yeah, it was at 6 to 7 a.m. So the entry was probably around 7 a.m. UK time. So that was quite a few hours ago, but it was a very, very good entry to go short, definitely. So anyways, let's go look at some other things. Let's go look at the, what do we think? Probably go look at oil, natural gas. Go look at the Bitcoin. Go look at a few other things. So I think I think that we're going up. I think this is going to continue up. I bet we're going to go up and break this high. It's going to be a wave A, probably eventually go down for a B, and back up for a C. So I think there's a good chance it's going to turn at the 38 or the 50% fib level, and then probably head back down, probably an ABC of B. So things are looking pretty good. We finally broke out of this triangle too. This little ascending, not ascending, but whatever. We definitely broke out of that triangle finally, which is good. It probably is like a wave 1, 2, and now we're in like a 3, 4, 5 right now of A. So anyways, yeah, we had this big old triangle, but ever since it ended this wave E, it's been going up really nice. It broke out, it retested, it went up, it retested again, and now it's pretty clear that we're in an uptrend. I definitely wouldn't be trying to go long now, but if I saw any pullbacks, I would definitely be going long for the continuation of the uptrend for sure. 1 hour time frame, yeah, we've been having some nice pullbacks. Ever since it broke out, look at 1, 2, 3 waves down, 1, 2, 3 waves down, 1, 2, 3 waves down. Nice entries. 1, 2, 3 waves down. So I would definitely be looking for long still. I mean, there's no reason to think that even this sets an uptrend is over. If I see another 3 waves down, another impulsive move to the upside, I would take that as another long opportunity for the continuation of the uptrend. So natural gas, what's just going on with this? Look, it is going down, but I think natural gas is going to go up and take out this high right here, and it may even end up being the end of a trend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's going up. I think it's going to break that high. Yeah, we were just looking at that. We're going to switch back to the dollar pairs in a few minutes. I think you're right though, Crizzy, for sure. I'm still in my dollar trades from Friday, so I'm still holding. I held right through the weekend. So anyways, natural gas looks like an A, it looks like a WXY, a B, and it looks like a downtrend for the C. We have an impulsive move up and a break of structure. I think there's a good chance this is ended a correction, and I think there's a very good chance this is going to end up continuing the uptrend also. Let's take it down to the 1 hour time frame. So on the 1 hour time frame, this is a really good example of a WXY right here, because first of all we have a perfect downtrend, and then we have 1, 2, 3 waves up, W. 1, 2, 3 waves down. X, 1, 2, 3 waves up. Y. That's a perfect WXY right there. Really, really good example of a WXY. And then we got a nice downtrend for the C. Turned up at the 78%. Oh, nice job, Kizzy. I'm with you on that. So good job. So a nice impulsive up, break of structure. I think this move down is probably going to be a crescent, and I think it's going to end up continuing the uptrend. So I definitely would be looking for longs on this one for sure. So let's see. Let's go see what Bitcoin's up to. Bitcoin's a good one to check out too. I think Bitcoin is still going up. So we got to zoom out quite a ways, or we had to go out to the weekly to see what it is that I'm looking at, because I think we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is a wave A. I think this right here is an uptrend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. I think this is a crescent B, and I think we're going up now for a C, which I think is going to go up to at least a 50, perhaps a 38% to make an ABC of B. And then I think that this is going to go down to at least a $12,000 area to make a wave C. And then after that, maybe next year or something, it will end up continuing the uptrend. We'll have to keep watching. So taking it down to the 4-hour time frame, I think it's very clear right here what we got going on. We got a nice impulsive uptrend right here. I think we're in one big crescent right now, and Bitcoin does have a tendency to make some big drawn out crescents, but I think this is like a 1 and we're in a 2, and at some point we're probably going to end the crescent and go up for a wave 3, probably a wave 3 of wave C by the looks of the longer time frames. So that's going to be a big move to the upside if that is what happens there. Definitely a really good opportunity. So anyways, we got a nice uptrend right here. Looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like a 1. Now we got to figure out this crescent. That's a big drawn out crescent. To me it kind of looks like almost like a WXY, really. Kind of like a W there. X. 1, 2, 3 down, which might not be over yet for the Y. And then bounce up. So if we see a complete wave Y and then we see it go up and break structure, like something like this, and then that's probably going to be the end of a crescent, and maybe the continuation of the uptrend, like the end of a wave 2 or the beginning of a wave 3 and a wave 1 way back here. Really the best thing to do now is to put your Fibonacci measure in this whole uptrend. And it definitely could turn up into 23%. It's definitely bounced off that level several times now, but kind of seems more likely to me that it's going to go down probably one more time to get people to go short, and then it'll trap all the bears in a short and then take off to the upside in a big old wave 3. Definitely seems like the most likely thing to happen. Let's go see what the stock market's doing, and I got, I think, 1 or 2 requests to do. Let's see. I think it was the Aussie Canadian that was requested by someone this morning. I gotta scroll back and make sure that that is right. Yeah, the Aussie Canadian. So we're gonna look at the Aussie Canadian after, and then we'll go back and look at some of those dollar pairs and take a few more requests if we need to. So, like I said though, if anybody is interested, definitely join my free Discord channel, 100% free to join, unless you want to join my Patreon membership, which comes with a free trading course. It comes with a bunch of educational information. It comes with a member's forecast on all the dollar and the yen pairs every single morning before the London session starts. If you're interested in any of that, with the course and everything else that comes with it, the link for that is in the Patreon membership, in the chats, and in the description. It's a membership to my Patreon. So I definitely think that the stock market's still going up. I think the 78% is going to be an area of resistance, but I'm actually starting to think that there's a better chance, especially because we're getting an election next year, that it probably is going to keep on going up, probably try to make a new high. So taking it down to the 4-hour time frame, man, it kind of looks like we already got the end of a crescent right here. Yeah, I would say so. Look at that. That might be the end of a crescent. 1, 2, 3 waves down. 61% fib. I think that we're going up. That looks like an entry to go long, honestly. a couple hours ago. Like a 1, 2, probably 3 A for an A, and then 3 waves up for the B, and then a downtrend for the C. We're expecting the 61.8, nice impulsive movement to the upside. That was definitely an entry to go long a few hours ago for the continuation of the uptrend. So things are definitely moving today, which is kind of unusual for a Monday. There definitely must be something going on, or either that the market's still moving because of Friday's news. So either way, we got some major movement in the market today, which is good for us, real good for us. Especially for us that held the trades over the weekend. Awesome. So let's go look at the Aussie Canadian for one of my Patreon members. Let's head up a little bit so I can remind myself, yes, I remember this one. And I still think there's a very good chance that this is going up because we have a nice impulsive move up. I still think this is a W, and this is an X. This is probably an A of Y. This is probably a B of Y, and it's probably going to go up and make a C of Y. So I would definitely still be thinking that it's going up. Let's get rid of that for now. So most likely this is like an A, and this is kind of a messed up pattern, but I think that this right here is actually the A. This is an A, B, C, a B, like an irregular A, B, C, a B, and then this is a C. Let me step that back one. This is a C. And we definitely are turning right here. Man, I would be looking for a higher low on the sort of time frames for potentially a nice entry to go long. 4-hour time frame. Best bet for us, I think, right now would be looking for longs on these sort of time frames. Nice break of structure up right there too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up. A, B, C down. Boy, that could be ending on Kretzen. Kind of looks like it's ending on Kretzen. So that's looking really good. Yeah, that's definitely, look at that. Impulsive down, 1, 2, 3 waves up, impulsive down, 50% fib. Man, that may be an entry to go long right there. That's looking pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up, A, B, C down. That looks like the end of a Kretzen. Hopefully my Patreon member that asked about this is already long. So yeah, that looks pretty good. Let me check one more time, see if I got any more requests. Doesn't look like it, so let's go back to the dollar pairs. Now US dollar ZAR is definitely a hard one to look at. Hey Papunta, how's it going today? Most likely this is going down just like the other ones. Most likely this move up right here as I crutch into this move down, and most likely it's going to keep on going down, especially looking at the dollar index. There's still a Fibonacci on there, and see if we're bouncing off a fib level. Yeah, kinda. Trying to see if maybe there was an ABC in here, but it kind of just looks like a overlapping trend. I would probably be looking for shorts right now to see if it ends up continuing the downtrend or not. Yeah, I think we need to be looking for shorts on this one. I mean, yeah, it did make an impulsive move up. It made a rejection of structure. It's probably going to keep going down, I would say. I would definitely be looking for shorts at the end of ABC corrections for sure. Let's go look at these dollar pairs again, see what is going on. Look at that, the DXY, the dollar index definitely ending a correction. DXY definitely ended a correction. Look at that. So we can take a look at the pound Aussie before we look at these dollar pairs, and no problem. I think the pound Aussie was in a wave 3 last time I looked. Yeah, I think we're in a big wave 3 on the pound Aussie. We're in a 1, 2, 3, and yeah, maybe we are due for a correction, but I think it's going up. Hey, Epictor, how's it going? Epica? Epica. So anyways, it looks like a wave 1, it looks like an ABC of 2, and it looks like we're going up right now for like a wave 3. I wouldn't be surprised if we did make a move to the downside, but I bet it's going to make a higher low, and just keep on trending up, especially if we really are in that wave 3. So taking it down to the 4-hour time frame, looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up. And this looks like a 1, 2, 3. Look at that. That's actually pretty clear, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The trend is definitely still up, and I would say that the best bet, I think, is to continue to look for longs, but looking at the longer time frames and looking at the pound, I wouldn't be surprised if it is due to make a pretty good sized correction like that before it continues up. Maybe something like this over here, like a pretty good sized correction. There's no proof of that though, and on the 1 hour time frame, if we see 3 waves down, let me draw that again. If we see 3 waves down, impulsive up, higher low, I would definitely take that as another long opportunity for sure. So I'm definitely still looking for longs, but I think there's a good chance that the pound Aussie is probably going to make a bigger pullback, but really there's no proof of that. I mean, look at it. It looks like it's going up right now. Yeah, it definitely looks like it's going up. It definitely, I mean, on the 15-minute time frame, we may have an ABC correction. 1, 2, 3 waves down. It very easily could just keep on going up, honestly. Yeah, it looks like it could be a wave 5, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even on the 1 hour, it looks like a wave 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might be due for a bigger correction. Yo, dollar. Wow, nice. Yo, dollar, daily time frame. This is what I expect to see. 1 hour time frame. I'm looking for pullbacks for sure. It does kind of resemble a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but honestly, I don't think that's what it is. I think it's just a subdivision of a much bigger trend. So I would definitely be looking for longs in an uptrend for sure. Pound, even the pound, look at that. We got this news coming out today, but 3 waves down, 50% Fibonacci level, nice impulsive move to the upside. I think this trend is up. Yeah, Euro yen is definitely down, that's for sure. Aussie, even the Aussie's moving up nicely. I don't think I would have chosen this one to go long, but I definitely consider that respecting Fibonacci. Impulsive up, it probably will end up continuing the uptrend. Nice. Kind of the same thing with this. 1, 2, 3 waves down. 61% Fibonacci level. Nice impulsive move to the upside. Break of structure. I think this is also probably continuing the uptrend. I would definitely be looking for longs. This one right here, I'd definitely be looking for shorts. It might even be a 1, 2, and a 3. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some pullbacks along the way, especially since it's Monday, but if it really looks like it's going down. I think gold's going up. Yeah, let's go. We're going to look at gold here in a second. US dollar Swiss is making new lows. That's good news for me. It does kind of resemble 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I am going to be a little cautious about that. I mean, it wouldn't be surprised if it did make a correction until CPI on Wednesday, but, or is it Wednesday or Tuesday? I can't remember. Yeah, CPI is on Wednesday, so I wouldn't be surprised if it did make a correction until Wednesday, but as of right now, it definitely looks pretty good. I mean, I would definitely be short from back here, I would definitely be short from back here, and definitely be short from back here. So, 3 open positions on that one, definitely. US dollar yen, we got a strong yen and a weak dollar right now, so this is a really good match. I think there's a good chance it's a wave A. At some point, it probably is going to end the wave A and go up and make an A, B, C, or B, but it definitely hasn't done so yet. And gold. Gold does look like it's going up. One of my members posted about this a little while ago. 1, 2, 3 waves down. 78% fib, impulsive up. Let's hope it goes up and breaks that structure, because that's what we need to see to prove that this is the end of an ABC correction. We definitely don't have that structure break yet, but it does look like it's going to make an attempt to go up and take out that structure. I still think there's a good chance this is an ABC correction right to the 61.8. I still think there's a very good chance it's going to break structure and end up continuing the uptrend. So on the 1 hour time frame, I'm definitely looking for longs. We had 3 waves down and positive up. That was a beautiful long. We had 3 waves down and positive up. This is probably going to be a nice long too. And if it goes up and breaks this wave 4 high, I think that's going to be the end of a wave C on the longer time frames. Or at least it's going to prove that it's the end of a wave C on the longer time frames. So that looks pretty good also. So let's see, what do we got going on? I don't see any more requests in the chats. Today is Monday. Like I said, Mondays are very slow most of the time. Today it seems pretty good though. It's a pretty nice looking day for a Monday. It's not bad at all. So I think we pretty much looked at everything. What's silver up to? Wow, silver, look at that bear trap. That is a wicked bear trap. 1, 2, 3 waves down and positive up. That's probably going up. Yeah, it's a lot of movement for a Monday. Platinum. I don't really trade platinum, but sometimes it's interesting to look at it. It can be a little bit correlated with gold. I kind of think this is going up also. I definitely don't trade this one, but it kind of does look like an A, B, C, and then back up. That's what I would think on that. This ain't even platinum. It's gold versus silver. That's right, sorry. Gold versus silver. This is platinum. With platinum, it's definitely going up. 1, 2, 3 waves down. That's in an uptrend for sure. Nice. Yeah, I don't. Are you talking about gold? Must be. I don't trade. I'm not a scalper. Sorry. I don't mind looking at the 1 minute sometimes, but I don't know. I'm not a scalper. I much prefer the lifestyle of swing trading and not even day trading, honestly. Yeah, it does kind of have that pattern though, that A, B, C. Probably going to be a nice long opportunity coming pretty soon. If you see 3 waves down, you see impulsive up, I would definitely take that as a long. The 1 minute time frame is no different than any other time frame. We're just looking for pullback entries. And the only difference is if you trade the 1 minute, then you're not definitely going to need to use like probably the 15 minute and 1 hour time frame as your roadmap to help you trade the 1 minute time frame to tell you which direction to trade in. So yeah, for me, I'm not even a big fan of the 1 hour. Most of my trades I take on the 2 to 4 hour time frame right in this range, and I prefer to hold on to my trades for a couple weeks. That's what I prefer to do. Definitely doesn't always happen, but that's what I would prefer to do most of the time. So yeah, I think we pretty much looked at everything. What do we got going on before we head out? Let's see what the news has got going on for us this week. So we definitely have a pretty decent news week. Tomorrow we got, what do we got tomorrow? Climate count, I don't really think that's much. Tomorrow's kind of not the greatest. But on Wednesday we got cash rate for the Kiwi. We got somebody in Kiwi speaking, the governor. We got Bailey speaking again. We got CPI for the dollar. That's probably one of the best news events of the month. And we got Bank of Canada doing their bank statement, which they're predicting to go up 25 points. Kiwi is predicting to stay flat. On Thursday, we got GDP for the pound, PPI for the dollar, unemployment claims for the dollar on Thursday, and we got consumer sentiment on Friday for the dollar. So we got plenty of news this week. Not really any slack of volatility, I think, this week like there was last week. But last week was a bank holiday in the U.S., and it was one of the bigger news events. One of the bigger news events of one of the bigger holidays of the year last week for the U.S., which I think had a lot to do with why we didn't have much volume last week. But we have to be a little bit careful. Some of these pairs do look like they could be a wave 5, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that's the case, then they could turn up and make a bigger correction. Same thing on the euro dollar. Kind of looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if that is a wave 5, then it definitely could do something like this before it continues up. So we have to be a little bit careful. But I mean, looking at the dollar index, I don't think that's the case. I think this is just going to keep going down like that. Probably going to break these lows and go a lot further. If this is the end of a correction on the daily, which I think it is, then it will break this low and probably go at least to the 161.8, maybe even a little lower than that. Probably a lot lower than that, honestly. Especially if this is the end of a wave C on the weekly and the monthly. So, yeah, that looks pretty good. So today is Monday, so I am gonna call it at this point. Now I have a lot of live streams scheduled this week. So my next live stream is actually on. Let me just look real quick. I believe my next live stream is on Wednesday. So yeah, Wednesday at 1 p.m. I'm gonna live stream on Wednesday for the CPI news. At 1 p.m. I'll start my live stream, 30 minutes before the news. And then on Wednesday, on the 13th, which is Thursday, I'm going to live stream for the PPI news, which is at 1:30. So we're going to do a quick live stream for that too, probably about a 30-minute live stream for that. See if we can get some good trades for that. And then, and that's the 12th. So yeah, the 12th, the 13th. And then on Friday, I'll be doing my normal live stream, which is about an hour, just like today. I'll be doing my normal live stream at 2:30, which we'll be able to live stream at this CPI, the Consumer Sentiment News together. So I'm going to be live streaming for this news event, I'll be live streaming for this news event, and I'll be live streaming for this news event this week. And if you are a Patreon member, then we will be doing a live Zoom meeting on Tuesday and Thursday this week. I do 2 Zoom meetings a week where I teach my strategy to members of my Patreon community. If anybody is interested in joining my Patreon, the link for that is going to be in the chats and in the description. It comes with a trading course, over 7.5 hours of videos. It comes with a bunch of educational information. Comes with a members forecast that I do every single morning. I also do about a 20-minute live stream every single morning with my Patreon members to tell them what pairs I'm looking to trade, what direction I'm looking to trade in. So definitely check that out. And definitely, yeah, so if not, then at least join my Discord channel, which is 100% for free for anybody who wants to join. There's no spamming. That's pretty much the only rule, is no spamming people in the group. So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the day, and as always, happy trading.